All right, so I'm going to document the markets throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the setups that I find, and I just want to share with you guys like what it looks like for me personally when I trade. And it's not more so teaching, I'm just sharing gems with you guys. But gold clears day is bullish. Gold clears day, I'm gonna be looking for buys. This key main area of resistance here at 63, not 60, 43.80 is going to be my main TP. Price finally broke out of this consolidation that was in for about 2 weeks, honestly, since the beginning of this month, a little bit before. But price broke above, came down. We have this higher low. So I want to see if price does potentially either come back down into this area of support or give me some type of a higher low, and I'll look to take buys. First TP that I'll look at is 63.20, and then 63, the 63.40s, the 63 like 60s up here in this range. So we are active on gold. It is 6:09 p.m. Market just opened about 10 minutes ago, and I am already in a position. The market opened, came down, created this beautiful higher low at this minor area of support. Then it created this bullish candlestick, this hammer. So I decided to enter here. Now, one thing that I do want to keep in mind is, and when I'm tracking this and documenting this, this is not me teaching. I'm just literally just sharing what my process is, because it's funny how God works, because I do this now. But before the YouTube videos, before me doing this live trading stuff, I would literally do this with myself. Obviously, I got like a webcam, and back then it was just my MacBook. But I would still turn my camera on. I would do this exact same thing. I would turn my camera on and I would record myself getting into the trade, record myself doing my pre-market analysis and everything. And that is my way personally of how I journal. And that would help me best. Like the writing wasn't the best for me. I wasn't consistent with that. Even like the manual journal, not the manual, like the automatic journals and stuff, those are dope. But for me, I like to be in the moment. That's why I talk to myself a lot. That's what you would hear a lot in these videos. I talk to myself a lot because I want to hear what my thought process is. I want to hear what my thought process is before the move happens. And as the move is happening, I want to make sure that, yo, was my thought process still on point? Did my thought process start wavering? What if it is, what happened in the market? What happened for me to start wavering? For me to start like going off track if that's the case. But I always make sure every single trade that I do is I always make sure I identify the three key things in my strategy. Were all three of these present? If all three of those were present, then I'm, excuse me, getting in the trade and I'm not hesitating at all. But I make sure that I identify all the three things. And for me, when I was looking at this, okay, I know the market structure is bullish, check. I do price was trading at a key area, check. And I got a bullish candlestick, which was the hammer, check. So me automatically knowing that I entered this trade based on my strategy. So regardless if it's a win or a loss, I am proud of myself. And these are the things, and like you guys will see, I'll do a lot more videos just sharing it because this is literally what I do. But I speak a lot of life into my situation. I speak a lot of life into my trades, regardless if I win or lose. But you guys will understand that one thing I noticed is I don't need the motivational videos. I don't need to watch everybody else. I don't need all this meditation and yoga and all that type of stuff like that. The only thing that I meditate on is the scriptures. And as I'm sitting here watching these setups play out, I speak those positive affirmations. Like I'm great. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I got a strategy. I'm proud of myself for following my strategy. I'm proud of myself for entering. I did not over leverage. I'm proud of myself for not over leveraging. If I lose, I'm okay with that. I know I have a profitable strategy. I know my strategy in the long run is going to be profitable. Those type of things. And then on top of that, I like to also meditate on scriptures. Lead not to your own understanding. Everything that you do, um, acknowledge God and He will direct your path. So it's like I'm always, thank you so much, God, for blessing me with trading. Thank you so much, God, for putting me on this path. Just speaking life into my situation and just managing my trade properly, manage it accordingly, and just understand that, wow, like, this was meant for me. You put this in my life for a reason. There should be no reason why I'm sitting here dealing with anxiety, FOMO, fear. You've blessed me with this. I put in all the work to get to this point. I put in all the work. There should be no reason why I'm second guessing, why I'm doubting. Even if I lose, I know that's a part of my strategy. I'm grateful that I didn't over leverage. I used to over leverage all the time. I used to enter not based on the strategy, but based on I didn't want to miss out on a move. Now I'm entering based on my strategy. Now I'm not over leveraging, that type of thing. And I will literally speak that life into my trade the entirety of the time. Now, I'm not going to sit here forever and watch this. That's why I love utilizing alerts. But everything played out. Everything played out for the setup for me to enter, and now it's just a matter of waiting. Price did come back down into this area. One thing that I do want to keep in mind that could happen, for price to, let's say, potentially start going back bearish, and I could identify this before this happens, is this minor area right here. Price actually broke above. What this could be is an overlap. Price could have broken above and then break back below. And if price overlaps more times than not, if price breaks above and then comes back down, breaks back below, and then retests and rejects this area, more times than not, price could continue to keep going back down to the next area of support, which would essentially either be here, here, or that major, let me go to trading view, or the major area of support, more kind of down here. And if that's the case, then I could cut this loss short, take the small hit, and then if price does retrace here, just get back in again later on, with a better position, more higher risk, higher reward for this that second position. But for me, if I see the setup, I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna hesitate, and I always treat all the positions that I take as if I'm not even in the position in the first place. So I always look at both sides, regardless if I'm in a position, if I'm not in a position. So I treat it like that and what the market could potentially do. So I'm gonna set an alert right here just in case. And I'm going to, what did I say, 43.11, 43, 43.10, 43, let's do 43.10, 43.10. So I'm gonna just set these alerts right here just in case. And I'm gonna wait. Really just gotta wait like another hour. So I'll wait and see what the market does, and I'll update you guys later on. All right, almost 3 hours later. So what I'm doing now is I'm trailing my stop loss below each of these candlesticks, because when price pumped up, price didn't give, like, even though it did come down and create like this higher low, I could have scaled in here. I just didn't want to enter right there because price was rejecting this area of this minor area of resistance, and it ended up coming up and still continue to keep pushing up. And I'm not keeping my stop loss way below here. And price didn't like come and give me like a higher low for me to like move my stop loss and like me to enter. So I'm just gonna keep my stop loss below here, depending on what this next 15-minute candle does. What I'll do is take this off. I don't need this right this second. But depending on what this next 15-minute candle does and how it closes will, tell me a lot. But this is a key area. Price already got to this area. Price already got to this area this one time and it rejected it. So I definitely want to make sure that I don't give back too much profit. So worst case scenario, this is going to be a green trade, another base hit for the week. So I'm just going to set some more alerts and I'm going to see what the market does. It's very, very simple, very, very easy, simple setup. See the setup, take the setup. All right, so this will probably be the last update on this video. Price looks like it may potentially stop me out here in a little bit, but just a quick little update from the last time I made that. Gold ended up getting to the TPs, and gold actually ended up flying all the way up to 43.50, the main TP. So I decided to actually move my stop loss above this area, because you can see prices like maintaining and rejecting this area as support. So if price does continue to maintain the support, then price could potentially come up to the 43.60s. But if it breaks below here, then I'll go ahead and get out and take the profit. One thing that I want to say before I end this off, because I sent this message to the community a little bit earlier and I was letting them know, but one thing that I learned is when I first started trading and I was just consuming so much information and listening to everybody, a lot of people would tell me to do things and to not do certain things. And the things that they were telling me not to do, I wouldn't even try it for myself because, they told me not to do it. That's what the industry tells me, so I'm not going to do it at all. And one of those things was trading on Sundays or trading gold like during Asian session. Like you should only be trading during London, New York. Those are the most lit. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I've done that. But the biggest change for me when I stopped listening to everybody else and just did my own thing. And I've noticed that some of my best setups come on Sundays, and some of my best trades come during Asian session. Prime example, right? I entered this trade 5 minutes after the market opened, and the biggest move that happened on gold was during Asian session. If I would have waited to London session, I would have tried to take a buy. I would have only caught in this piece of the pie. But I got in during Asian session. That's one thing that I've noticed a lot. Like when I enter during Asian session, not all the time does the market like just take off. Sometimes it'll like consolidate, but that entry is clean. The market may consolidate, do its thing, and move smooth. And then London session, New York session, that's when the market takes off. But I'm already in the trade. And at that point, I could just scale into the trade. Um, but that's like a little gem that I would just share. Just like try things out for yourself. You can listen to what other people say, but don't let that deteriorate you from doing certain things. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more of this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to be a part of a group of like-minded individuals where we do weekly webinars, we talk about the truth, like the truth that a lot of people don't want to talk about, where you say certain things to other people and they look at you like you're crazy, but you could say those certain things and you can question certain things, and it's like it's just one big family. We trade together. So my whole point with teaching this is to simplify trading for you guys the most and reveal the truth and the lies and expose all the lies that we've been taught and we've been told. So if you guys want more of this, make sure to check out the link in the description. And other than that, I will catch you all in the next one. Hopefully you all have a blessed, beautiful, and amazing day.